Okay, you guys, so before we talk about joining the squares together, we're going to talk about the prep work of joining the squares together. And what I mean by that is this is my first blanket. You guys have seen it lots of times. The join that I did on this one, I actually really love. And to be honest, I can't remember how I did it. And I also can't find the pattern, but I think I've got it kind of figured out. So this is the front of the blanket. And I made this where the stars are, and these are the sand dollars, and they're on the back of the blanket. The back of the blanket is where I chose to do the ridge, but it's a flat ridge. It doesn't stand up like some of the regular versions of joining things together puts a really tall ridge on here. And those ones are really easy. That's just basically, you're just taking these two and you're just single crocheting across them both. You're just lining them up and doing a single crochet across them, and then they're joined, and yay, we're joined, right? And you can actually go all the way down the whole row. So you have one line going down the entire row, and then you do the one line going the other direction. And I can show you how to do that when we get to the joining part. But I have chosen to do a more flat join because I like it better. I think it just looks nicer, feels nicer for me, what I want to do with my blanket. This one is a more flat join. This isn't exactly what we're gonna do, but we're gonna do something similar to this, or at least that's what I'm gonna teach anyway. So in order to do that though, we need to make this square and this square match perfectly. So what we're gonna need to do is go around and do a single crochet, or I might actually do, because I want this line to be a little wider, I want the framework to be wider, I might do a half double crochet all the way around. And what you want to do, there's a little math involved. What you want to do is you want to find your square that has the most stitches and you're on the bottom, and the square that has the most stitches or the least stitches on the bottom, and then we do like something in between that. So I think that most of mine are 34 and a couple of them are 36. So I might do 35 around that to just kind of like meet in the middle. And then what we'll need to do is we'll need to somewhere in here, probably in the middle, do like a decrease to put them together so we have one less stitch. And then we have to make sure that we have 35 going up the side too. So it's gonna take a little math. You have to go through like all of your ones here and figure out how that all works. This one's pretty easy. Well, this one's a half double crochet, so should be pretty easy to figure out. You just kind of want to do whatever number of stitches you decide. You want to kind of just lay them out evenly across here. Then by doing that, not only do you have a nice little border, but you know that the stitches here and the stitches here are the exact same number. And so when you go to do the zipper stitch, I'm going to teach the zipper stitch, which is kind of a slip stitch across there. Or if you decide to do the what's the other one? Zigzag stitch, which I'm also going to teach, then you'll have the exact same number of stitches on the side as you do on the side, and it'll be easier and it'll work perfectly. So that's what I'm going to do on this one. We're going to work out how to make the rows around the outside, or the border around the outside of these so that they all match. So that's what we're trying to get to, is that sort of look right there. If you want it to be simple, you can totally make it simple, and that is fine, but that's an easy thing to teach, but I want to teach the harder thing right now. So, so to get started with, first we're going to count how many stitches I have on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. So 34 on this one. This one I think had 36 if I remember correctly. But this is going to be easy because we don't actually have to put the stitches in here. We can actually put it in the hole. So that'll be pretty easy. We just have to break 35 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe we need to do 36. So this is the math part of trying to figure it out. It would be easier if I did 36, because then that way, then you can put 3 here, 3 here, because right, 6 times 6 is 36. Math. So if we're gonna do that, then we just have to make sure that we do 36 on the sides too. So I'm gonna go ahead and play with that. I'm just gonna do it on camera because this is just kind of how I process, and I'll take it apart if it doesn't work. So this should be on the sides here, just to kind of roughly figure it out. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3. These are the spaces in between the lines right here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 spaces. Might be good to have a calculator nearby. So that's not going to work out perfectly, but we will make it work. Okay, so basically it's 2.5, not evenly, but so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to do like 2 in this space, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. That should work out, right? And that's just kind of how you have to work it out in your head, because the goal is 36, 36 on all sides. So that's what we're going to do. So to get started, I'm starting with this dark gray that I don't think I have enough of to do the whole blanket. So my second, what I may do is I'm gonna do all the outlines or all the borders in the dark gray, and then I may end up doing the joining stitch in the lighter gray. We'll see. If I have enough, that would be fantastic, but we'll see what happens. It'll be a journey for sure. So we start on the corners. And you want to, so this is the bottom, and so you want to go down, this is like the under part of that. Remember how we went around and we did the under part of the single crochet? That's what we're going to do here too. And we're going to make corners. So this first one, you know what, now that we know how to do it, let's do a standing. We'll do a standing HDC. Like so. And then we'll just do HDCs all the way across. Okay, so we're kind of about a third of the way through there. So we're going to actually add a stitch, because remember, we're trying to bring it up from 34 to 36. So to do that, you're just going to go back into the same stitch. And I like to spread those out so that they're not super visible. And since we have to do it twice, we'll do it a third of the way through, and then we'll do it 2/3 of the way through. Remember how we added a stitch over here? Well, now that we're like two-thirds of the way through, I'm going to add another one right in here. So we'll do 2 in the same stitch over here, and that is called an increase. And then just continue on. Okay, so when you get to the corner, you're going to do, it's basically 1, and then you're going to do chain 2. So you're chaining 1 out and then 1 down for your corner. And then you're going to go back and double or HDC in that same stitch. So essentially what's going to end up happening is that even though we're going to have 36 stitches right here, which I'm going to go back and count, you're basically adding 2 stitches to your line. So you're actually going to have, well, for me, it's going to be 38. So, but you want these stitches to match the stitches on the other square. And then since they'll all have this chain right here, then those will all match as well. Now we have to do the side, which is a little bit harder because those stitches aren't already there for you. So you kind of have to figure it out. So we do know that in this space between here and this line right here, which is the cute little thing, we want to do 2, and then the next one we want to do 3 and 2 and 3, and then there's going to be an extra one in there, which I'll put right in the middle. So so here's how we're going to do it. We're just going to do HDC I'm just gonna do it under here. Just kind of pick the right area. Okay, so there's 2 in that one. The next one's gonna have 3 in it. Oh, we could probably do it in that. 1, 2. 3. Gonna skip over that and do 2. See, that's pretty even, looking pretty good. Just kind of pick your rules and follow them all the way through so they all look the same. Like that. Ta-da! And then you're gonna do your chain 2. 1, 2. Instead of going into the same square, I'm gonna go into my first single crochet on here, just because I think it'll look better. Yeah, okay. And here we go. This one will be easy because these stitches are already here. Just remember we have the 1 increase about halfway through. Or no, we have 2 increases, excuse me. So 1 at the 2/3 or 1 at the 3rd. I can't speak. 1 at the 1/3 level and 1 at the 2/3 level. Okay, this is about the 2/3 mark. Just eyeballing it. I'm not counting them or anything. So we're going to put another increase in here because we were increasing from 34 to 36. And see, you can't even really tell where they are. And once the whole blanket's together, you're definitely not going to be able to tell. But what it's going to do is it's going to make it so much easier when you're matching up this side with the other one next to it, because they'll all have the same amount of stitches. And then right back in here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and slip stitch into that first half double. Okay, so that is pretty much how you do that. This was probably the easiest one to do it on, is going to be this one, because obviously those are all single crochets already, makes it pretty simple. But these are, for me, I started off with 34, so I'm going to have to, just like I did on the other one, I'm going to have to add a stitch here and here, and probably on the other side too. I feel like I should give you another example. Maybe we should figure out how to do the more complicated one. Here, I'm going to trim in my end, or weave in my ends on this one. Okay, that one's done. Let's see if we can do this one to go with it. This one, now that we've figured out that we were doing 36 across, should be pretty simple, I would think. So we already know that we're going to fit on these ones. This is 6 inches or 6 stitches anyway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6 is 36. So just do 3 and that'll be easy. And then coming down, it should be the same, right? 3 on both sides of the fan. Oh, wait. 1. We're going to go either way. So let's see what happens when we do that. This is going to be difficult on this side, but I will just wing it. And I will just know that I have to be by the middle. I have to be at, what is that? 18, right? Okay, I can do it. I can do this. We'll add them on the ends and in the middle. Okay, so that's the toughest part, right? Making sure that it all works out. So let's do a couple sides of this, and then you'll get the gist. And then that's pretty much what you have to do with all your squares if you want to do this border, which for me, I think it'll look really nice. If you choose not to do the border, that's okay too. I will teach how to just do the stitch up the front or up the middle for that. So, but here, let's go ahead and do a quick start on these. So standing half double, I'm going to start in this corner right here. Like that. 2, 3. So on this row, we don't have to add any stitches. It should work out perfectly. So just skip that and go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's just double check. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33, 36. Perfect. Okay. So again, we're on the corner, so we're going to chain 2. And here's where it's going to get interesting. So by the time I get to the center, I need to have 18 on here, and then I need to repeat that. So, and I think I decided I was going to add, let's see, 1, 2, 3. We'll do 1 in the middle of, or on the end of this. 4, 5, 6, 7, kind of. There we go. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that going to work? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, it should work. $14, 15, 16. We're going to do an extra one because it's in the middle. 17, 18. And then we're basically going to mirror that right back out. Looks cool, huh? Okay, that's basically how you make it work. As long as they are evenly spread out, it does not matter that they're not all the same. And there you go. So you just continue that around all the way to the other side, and that is how you border all of your squares. So that should keep you busy for a while. But you can see it goes pretty fast. So that's what I'll be working on. And then once we get everything, all of our appliques on and all of our borders done, then we'll come back together and I'll show you how to do both the basic stitch, if you want to do it that way, or I'll show you how to do the flat slip stitch, and I'll show you how to do the zigzag stitch. So you'll have 3 different ones to choose from, and you pick whatever one you like the looks of the best, and we'll go from there. So we're getting so close. We're almost done. So see you next time. Bye.